Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I've got nothing to show you. Unfortunately my G4 never turned up. Well, obviously I'm joking, I wouldn't be here if that was the case. So finally we have the brand new LG G4 from LG. This is their flagship phone for 2015 and I've been waiting for this for a while. It was delivered to me this morning, and a special thanks to Clove Technology. It's always a pleasure doing business with them, and as promised they were able to deliver the handset this morning. Special thanks to John and the team. And if you don't know about Clove Technology, please go and visit them at clove.co.uk, as they have some wicked deals, very good prices, and every time I use Clove I never ever had any issues and their service has been top notch. So a special thanks to Clove for sending me the LG G4 this morning. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the box. On the left, top and the right, it's all about this LG G4 is written on it, nothing special. Around here you have the compliance information, made in Korea obviously. And let's have a quick look around the box. At the back of the box, as you can see, it says it's got this IPS quantum display. This display is supposed to be improved on the G3. G3 also had a quad HD display, but it wasn't as good, and a lot of people complained last year. So hopefully this time around we have a better display, and LG is calling it the quantum display, and supposed to have better contrast levels, better brightness, and overall more sharpness to the screen. Also we have a 16 megapixel camera along with the f1.8 aperture. This is probably the best aperture size in any smartphone in the world, even beating the S6 and the S6 Edge as well. They have a 1.9 aperture, whereas this one has f1.8 aperture. So it'll be interesting to see how the camera on this phone is. Also the front facing camera is 8 megapixel selfie camera, which again on paper beats the S6 and the S6 Edge, which has a 5 megapixel front facing camera. And when we have a look at this later on in a review, when I put a dedicated video for the camera, we'll have a look and see how good the cameras at the front and the back are. Also we have a color spectrum sensor, which is supposed to give you better pictures and more vivid and natural pictures. They haven't mentioned the processor here, but I know it's got the Qualcomm Snapdragon Hexacore 808 chipset. It's a 64-bit processor, and it's not octa-core. The octa-core Snapdragon 810 version was not being used for this phone. It had a lot of heating issues online, and a lot of handsets which have used, including the M9 and others, have had issues with heating. So maybe they were a bit clever, LG, and they thought that Hexacore 808 probably is the way down to get a better, smoother experience. So we'll have a look and see in a minute how the phone is like. So let's, without wasting any more time, open the box up and let's have a look and see what do we find inside. Okay, so it's always exciting to open a brand new phone up, guys, and here you go. As you can see, this is the tan leather version. I went for the leather version because I wasn't a big fan of the ceramic back, so I thought let's go for the tan leather. They have 3 different colors: red, black, and tan leather, so I went for the tan leather. To me personally, this is the most classiest of all the 3 color combinations. So let's put the phone aside for just a moment whilst we have a look at the contents of the box. So I'll leave the phone here on the side. Okay, there we go, and let's have a look in the box and see what else do we have. Okay, opening the box up here. Okay, let's put this all aside. So we have this LG G4 quick start guide obviously, and I'm sure most of you are not interested in the warranty information and the quick start guide, so we will also put this aside, and let's have a look what else do we find in the phone. Okay, so what do we have here then? So have a look. It looks to me as if they've given us an extra pair of the back case. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's brilliant. So I have here the ceramic gold version of the LG G4's back. If you're not aware, LG is also doing this phone in the ceramic plastic backs. They have 3 colors: white, black, and the ceramic gold. So LG have given us a gold plate as an extra spare. So thank you, LG, for that. I really like that. Not too bad. Very unexpected, but thank you, LG. Okay, so let's put this aside as well, and let's see what else do we have in the box. We have the normal USB charging cable to connect the phone to your PC or charge it with your adapter. Okay, so let's have a look at the adapter. This is a 3-pin UK adapter. Obviously we're in the UK, and the rating for this is 1.8 amp. As you can see, a normal standard charger for a regular flagship phone normally comes with 5 volt and 1.5 amp, whereas this one has a 1.8 amp. Now I've used this charger before in the past with my G-Pad 8.3 and also with the LG G2, and this charger is pretty fast as compared to the standard charger. It might not be as fast as say a 2 amp 5 volt fast charger which supports Qualcomm 2.0 charging, but it's still a fairly fast charger, and I'm pretty sure from the last time I heard on the LG G4 it actually supports Qualcomm Charge 2.0 quick charging. So if you go for a charger which is faster than this, say at 2 amp, I'm sure that will be compatible with LG G4. I might actually do a separate video on chargers. I'm thinking of that as well, so I'll probably get a quick fast charger as well, and we'll test it with the G4 and see if that works. Okay, what else have we got in the box? We have this 3000 milliamp battery, which is the biggest in the flagship fleet, the major flagship phone this time around. The S6 and the S6 Edge come with 2550 and 2600 milliampere batteries, whereas the M9 comes with, if I remember correctly, 2840 milliampere, and this is so far the highest in one of the known brand flagships this year around, with 3000 milliampere battery. Even the Xperia Z3 Plus comes with 2900 something, if I remember correctly, so not too bad. Okay, what else do we have in the box? I haven't seen a pair of earphones so far. This must be the earphones, so let's open this up, see if we can from this side. There we go. So let's get this out of the box. Oh, okay, this is a bit different from what I normally get from LG unboxings. I've had the G-Pad and the G2, and these pair of earphones actually look very, very nice. They have a different material to them, and I think they're probably designed in a way that they shouldn't get entangled when you are wearing the headphones, which is often the case with normal standard headphones. The quality seems quite nice. It's got a mic as well. You can change your tracks, I think, as well at the same time. Plus you have this nice earbuds at the front with the LG logo there. So I'll probably be testing them, and I will let you know how they sound like. Okay, so nothing else in the box, so we can put everything aside, and now it's finally time to have a look at the LG G4, the flagship phone from LG. Let's put this aside as well. Okay, so we have the tan leather version. Looks very, very classy, a bit on the rough side I would say, but still very, very grippy when you hold it in your hands. The chances are that it won't slip at all, unlike the HTC M9 or say for instance the S6 Edge or the S6. They all have glass metal backings, and obviously glass phones or metal phones are more, you know, slipperier as compared to their plastic counterparts or leather counterparts. So this phone is extremely grippy, I can tell you that, and the like chances are you might not even need a case for this phone unless you want to protect obviously the leather. But because we have replaceable backs, so that's why we can change these at any time. This is one of the rarity in flagship phones in 2015. This is probably the only handset I know of among the major known brands which has a replaceable back along with replaceable battery. So that we'll put the battery in there in just a moment once we figure this out. There we go. Okay, so put the battery, replaceable battery. You have a micro SD card, expandable memory, and also a replaceable back, which is very, very rare in Android world in the major flagship phones these days. So all of you who are fans of replaceable battery and micro SD card support, you will be very, very happy to know that this is all available on the LG G4. Okay, so now let's turn the phone on, and whilst it boots up, we can obviously have a quick look and see life is good. And I hope my life is going to be very good once I've used this phone for a few weeks. I was, as you know, extremely disappointed with the S6 Edge, which I had to send it back yesterday because I wasn't happy with it. There was too much lag in it, and the software was totally hanging up on me. So I wasn't happy at all. Okay, so whilst the phone boots up, let's have a quick. In fact, it's booted up already. It's got 3 GB of RAM, by the way, and it has a hexa-core 808 Snapdragon 64-bit chipset. It's not the octa-core version. Like I said, the octa-core version had the Snapdragon 810 had some heating issues. That's why I think the LG opted for the 808 version instead. It comes with 3 GB of RAM. And let's have a look at the back now. If you're familiar with the LG G3, I'm sure, or the LG G Flex 2 or the G Flex, you must be aware of their layout. They normally have the volume rockers at the back along with the power button in the middle, and also as they have a 16 megapixel back camera which has optical image stabilization, which is a version 2, and it is supposed to be better than the regular optical image stabilization that comes with other phones. Also from the LG G3, the G4 has also inherited the laser autofocus. It's supposed to take really good photos and focus really quickly. Here we have the LED flash along with a sensor at the bottom, and if I remember correctly, the sensor is called, let me just have a look at the back of the box. The sensor is called color spectrum sensor. Yeah, so this color spectrum sensor is supposed to give you better pictures, more vivid pictures, and more natural pictures. So it senses the environment around, and then it takes the best photo possible. Excuse me. Okay, so then also we have a back speaker at the back of the phone. I would have loved LG to put the speaker at the front of the phone, but unfortunately they haven't. Only HTC and Sony do that, so I hope at some point, maybe in the next flagship phone or the one after, they can put speakers at the front. Okay, so having a look around the sides, this is a metal side from what I can see, I think. Yeah, the side is metal, the border all the way across is all metal, which is not too bad. It's a good combination of actually, I think it might, yeah, it is definitely metal. I think it's quite hard, so it seems as if it's metal. So metal, black metal around the borders and the edges, along with the plastic, the leather back, and the phone also comes in ceramic plastic as well. Okay, so as usual, as you know, the LG's layout, they normally have nothing around the sides. As you can see, this gap, this is the gap where you can remove your back case if you wanted to replace it, or put the battery in it, or put the micro SD card on it. So and nothing on at the bottom. You have the 3.5mm jack along with a mic, and also the USB charging port, which is around at the bottom as well. Nothing on the left, nothing on the right, and on top you have the IR blaster, if I can show you clearly in the video, an IR blaster, and also a noise cancellation mic at the top as well. And LG's layout, as you know, they normally tend to keep nothing on the left and right, apart from, like I said, the bottom bits and top bits. And the phone on the sides is absolutely just plain and simple, and there's nothing here. And the reason for that is because they want to keep the bezels thin, and also everything has been transferred at the back. And you can actually quite get used to it. If you hold your phone like that, your finger should actually rest on the power button and the volume rocker. So whilst you're making phone calls, you can reduce the volume and also use the power button at the same time. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the phone now. Let's go through the setup very quickly if we can, skip as much as we can, and so that we can get into the phone and have a quick look. Skip anyway. Okay, it's taking just a while. It says just a second. I tell you what, the screen looks really nice. You might not be able to see this clearly in the video, but from what I can see so far, the screen looks absolutely gorgeous. And I can tell you straight away, because I had the LG G3 last year as well, the screen is definitely improved over the LG G3, and it's a pleasure to look at so far from what I can see. Like I said, I will try to skip as much as I can, and then we can just, go and have a look. Okay, so here we go. We have the LG G4 fully boot up. It's all booted up and ready, and this is the UI of the LG G4. It looks smooth, the first impression so far. It took a while for the widgets to come up earlier, but so far so good, because the first boot, so it takes a while for the phone to actually boot up. So first impressions, it looks pretty smooth. The screen looks very bright, very nice indeed. Like I said, you might not be able to actually look at the screen clearly in the video. From what I can see so far, the phone looks absolutely brilliant when it comes to screen quality. And let's have a look at the brightness. Obviously the brightness is full, so let me reduce the brightness a bit. There we go, so you guys can actually see the phone and the screen a bit more clearly. Okay, let's have a look and see which Android version is the phone running. It should be running, if I remember correctly, the 5.1, which is out of the box. Let's have a look. Software info. There we go. So we have Android 5.1 Lollipop running on it. As you know, the S6 and the S6 Edge still are on 5.0.2 Lollipop, whereas the LG G4 comes standard shipped with 5.1, which is the latest version available on Android. Okay, so yeah, first impression, the phone looks smooth, it looks nice, it's moving pretty fast, but then every new phone obviously runs very fast. But as far as the overall feel of the UI is concerned, and the way the phone is running so far, and the way it's gripping in my hand, it doesn't appear it to be a big phone. It is a big phone, don't get me wrong, it's fairly big, but not as big as you would expect from a 5.5 inch screen phone. Now, for instance, I also have the HTC One M8 here, so I'll take the cover off and show you guys very quickly how it compares to a 5-inch standard phone. So if you have a look carefully, you can see the HTC One M8, the HTC One M8 and the LG G4 both have approximately the same size. In fact, yeah, almost the same size. So this is a 5.0 inch phone, 5-inch phone, and this is a 5.5 inch screen phone. So this is what I was talking to you earlier in the video, that I like the way LG designed their phones. The form factor, the bezels are absolutely brilliant, and I mean, they can match a 5-inch screen phone and still provide you with a 5.5 inch screen, which is absolutely nice. And around the back, as you can see, you have the metal aluminium finish on the M8, which obviously looks very nice, and you have the tan leather version on the G4. M8 obviously is a bit on the slipperier side, and that's what I said to you exactly a little while ago, that the G4 is obviously, you know, more grippier because of this rough texture of the back, leather back, and it's genuine leather, by the way. That's why it's easier to hold. But it's remarkable to see that they can match the HTC M8's 5-inch screen, same body, and still give you a 5.5 inch screen phone. I also have the Xperia Z3 here with me. Now if we have a quick look at the Xperia Z3, as you can see, it also matches the Z3's body. Now this is a 5.2 inch screen phone, the Xperia Z3, as compared to the HTC One M8, and as you can see, it's almost the same size. In fact, if I was to put them very closely, you will probably see that they are exactly the same size. Now the Xperia Z3 is a 5.2 inch screen phone as compared to the LG G4, which is a 5.5 inch screen phone, and as you can see at the back, and they still shares exactly the same body. In fact, to me, I think the Z3 might be slightly taller, just a few millimeters, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters as compared to the G4, and still G4 has been able to keep a 5.5 inch screen in a smaller form factor. So like I said, if you hold the phone in your hand, if you have a Z3 or even an HTC M8 or an M9, you will probably see straight away that the LG G4 is basically almost the same size, and it matches the flagship phones which have a 5 or a 5.2 inch form factor, and that's why you would not feel much of a difference if you're coming from one of those phones and still you have a 5.5 inch screen phone. So guys, this was a quick unboxing. Well, it wasn't quick though, the video is almost 18 minutes long though, but I wanted to make sure I covered everything in the unboxing and to give you guys a good look of the phone and the way it is like. I'm liking the leather, it's very nice, and I hope that the performance on the LG G4 does meet our expectations. And I will be doing a lot of reviews on different areas like the battery performance, gaming performance, the overall UI performance, and I will be putting a lot of videos in the next few weeks to come. There will be comparison videos, the speaker will be tested, the camera will be tested. So guys, please stay tuned and please subscribe if you haven't done so far, if you want to stay up to date with the latest LG G4 figures, stats and battery performance videos and everything. And please give it a thumbs up if you like my video, and if you've got any questions regarding the G4 or anything else, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video.